Hello, everyone. It's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 218. Today, I want to share with you some of my experiences in the last 2 decades of working with young people. Some of the things I've learned over the years that seems to work when we're trying to encourage them to improve their communication and leadership skills. Normally, we have a program with different projects, and it's mainly aimed at adults. And I find that that's a bit overwhelming when youth first start. So I started a method where just give a speech, that doesn't matter, and we can give you some feedback about it and get an award when you give so many speeches. And that has had a big impact. It encourages young people to give a speech. So let me show you some of what I'm talking about. This is an example of what the adults would do. And this is the program that initially is too overwhelming for the young people, where they give speeches on, how to structure a speech and a speech message and vocal variety and body language and researching a topic. And this is an adult program. And once they're old enough, they've experienced enough, they can start working on that at whatever age when they'll feel confident. But in the meantime, what I've managed to do is just say, oh, we'll give you an award if you give a speech. And here's a couple examples of some young people who've given a variety of speeches, about the biosphere and making mistakes and global warming and, about Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was on the United States Supreme Court. Dr. Bonnie Henry was the public health officer in the province of British Columbia in Canada, where I was living during COVID, and things like that. So some of the topics you'll see, and I have another individual again around that time who was also 13 or 14, and you look at some of the topics he was giving about wildfires, and cognitive bias, and dreams, and the music of Chopin, and Elon Musk. So these are topics that I would never be able to give when I was young. I never even thought about giving a speech, and I was too scared to anyway when I was their age. And this past week, we've had a young girl from the United Kingdom. She's 9 years old. She joined us 2 months ago, and she's given 5 speeches so far, very short, but some of the topics like, climate change was one of them, a charity that she described that one of her favorite charities, a couple of things about video games and about biomes. What are biomes? Well, she explained to us, these are different geographical areas, and there's mainly 5 biomes in the world where there's, different climate, different vegetation, different animal life. Very short speech, but she's given 5. So I've sent her, as you'll see maybe on the date, 13th of April, which was very recent. She got the award for a 1-star speech level because she's given 5 speeches already. And it encourages them to give speeches. And that certificate, I believe, will help her a lot in the future. She could say, oh, when I was young, I did these sort of things. I was interested in, giving speeches. And it's like when I was in Boy Scouts, I got a certificate for a Queen Scout. And when I was doing job searching when as an adult, I had that certificate, in my portfolio to say, yeah, when I was young, this is some of the things I did. And the same with her. She can use that certificate, which I sent her in her portfolio as she grows older and says, well, when I was young, this is what I did. And to encourage everyone to, become a brilliant communicator and a confident leader, this is what we want to encourage people to do in agri speakers. So, and this has been something that I've learned is how to encourage young people to, give speeches. And also the fact that we have adults and young people working together. That's something else I've learned. We learn from them and they learn from us. I didn't know what biomes was, or, I've heard of the word, but I wasn't familiar with it. And some of the other things, normally they know more about like technological things and than we do, and we know more maybe about life that we can share with them. So I enjoy having the mixture of a variety of ages. It's not just young people with young people. It's not old people with old people. It's adults and young people working together and encouraging each other. And that's something that I've learned seems to work. It's magic. So with that, Some of the things I've learned, encouraging them just to give speeches, don't be too complicated. It works extremely well. So with that, I'll say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family, and friends lots of love and laughter. Bye for now from Fred and Notes of a Nomad.